Everybody, welcome to this
Hello.
month's edition of Insights with Rich and Mike. Mike.
Hello.
Yeah, interestingly,
Which way round we are.
yeah, when we were sort of like thinking, what should we talk about this month? It actually jumped at us because basically here we are, Q1 is already over. Okay, where does the time go, etc. We've been out and about quite a bit. Interestingly, post-COVID, I do really feel that everyone's out and about properly now. Okay, so we've gained quite a few insights, pardon the pun, into things that are going on with recruiters, etc. So we just thought we'd highlight some of the things, some of the events, some of the things that we've seen, which we think would be pertinent to you. We could easily recap on things that we spoke about last year, like, for instance, protect your business, the importance of credit insurance, etc. We've seen already in the construction sector some quite sizable issues going on, and obviously in energy, etc. So rather than just sort of dwell on those sort of things, we sort of do a few sort of shares about things that we see, things that we see out and about in the marketplace and events we've been at. So, Rich, we had this little thing called the budget.
Yes, we did. Yeah, 15th of March. Seems like a lifetime ago now already. Like you said, where's the time gone? Already into April. But yeah, just thought.
And by the way, you've got to make this sound interesting, okay?
yeah, no pressure there. It's hard to be interesting on such a dry subject, but it is all very pertinent to business as a whole, but recruitment as well. Saying that, nothing much of a great interest there and importance that's going to change your businesses from the budget. I'm sure you're all aware, but just a very quick recap. The main talking points are national minimum wage increases, which kind of happens every year. So that's going up to £10.42 as of pretty much now. £10.18 for 21 to 22-year-olds. And really the biggest impact will be any umbrella users out there who place candidates via umbrella. Maybe worth a conversation with your umbrella provider about what those new minimum umbrella rates are going to look like now that we've had that increase in NMW. You're probably looking at around £13 per hour from the conversations I've had. So could be quite a jump, worth having that chat, because it may well be you're going to look at your margins and look to pass that on to clients, etc. Pensions annual allowance, that's quite interesting from a recruitment point of view. There's been quite a lot of media around the fact that it's gone from 40k to 60k annually. So what that might have is an impact on people retiring. So it may well mean your databases can be viewed slightly differently, and you can look at the older market, that maybe people coming back into the jobs market that you can speak to. Depending on the sector, obviously, we're probably looking at doctors, locums, that sort of thing really is going to be where it's most keenly felt. But if that's the sort of area you're in, worth just bearing in mind. And then corporation tax really is the only other sort of important change, going from 19% to 25%. There's a few caveats around that, so worth looking at. But again, something that will have an impact on all businesses, not just recruitment. And then the last point to say there is IR35. We were expecting something on IR35 in this budget. I think a lot of people were. Nothing of note there though. So it's really business as usual from an IR35 point of view. The mini budget that happened last year with good old Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng, that kind of threw a huge spanner in the works. But really, we're kind of back to business as usual there. So carry on as you are.
The interesting thing there is touch on the over 55s, and we'll come back onto that on a subject another point. Yes. I qualify, okay. I was trying to say I qualify, yeah, but actually, expanding the labour market, trying to keep people in the labour market is going to be quite key, and we'll touch on that again. So we went to the expo.
We did. We've been out and about a little bit the last few months. It was good, wasn't it? It's a good day. Yeah.
Big footfall.
Yeah.
Okay. All the major players there. The one thing that we really picked up on is if you do go, and actually you can just touch it for or get there for a very short period of time. Obviously this one was down in London, down at Excel. There's ones around the country. There's one coming, there'll be one in the NEC, etc.
Yeah.
If you just go and register and then turn up, you can then actually listen to all the keynote speakers after the event.
And it's free, it's free to register, so you don't need to pay for that. So it's worth doing.
So basically, it's a matter of maximising a visit like that, whereby actually don't stay there all day, getting stressed, thinking that, you can't get around all the keynote speakers. You can actually get to the keynote speakers, or they video them like we give videos out on this this webinar. So you can watch at your leisure.
Yeah, but it was good. There was you said at the top, it feels like it's kind of back to pre-COVID sort of footfall, and COVID seems like such a long time ago with the lockdowns, and it was, but there's still been a hangover for the past year or so, especially at those bigger events. So it's good to see that it's busy and popular. A lot of people there networking. Definitely worth looking at. And the next one I think is October in Birmingham, so worth heading down to if you get a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another event that I went to, actually attended one of the APSCO regional meetings. We try to get to as many as we can when we're allowed as a partner company. This one was extremely pertinent because they got the Francis Hake, who's the chief economist of Santander Bank, was speaking. Okay, and this is again just for going and registering free of charge event. You're actually getting, rather than just educating yourself in the paper, you're getting a chief bank economist that will also speak quite candidly and quite openly. Just some of the points that I wrote down from that meeting, and don't have a go at me for the over 55 because I'll have to put my glasses on. I apologise. Okay, we know where the GDP is, and it's going to be quite low. Unemployment is going to be very low. So remember, unemployment, you're looking for staff. I know everyone's struggling to recruit. The over 55s, expand your marketplace. Inflation should have peaked. Interest rates should have peaked. Very much low growth. There will be bumps. The message was there'll be bumps along the way. I think like we've seen the tightening of the oil supply this week, probably will have thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. But avoid recession and think that this year will actually be okay with low GDP growth and low output, but we won't be tipping into recession. Okay. Now, interestingly, because obviously she slanted it towards the recruitment industry. A couple of sound bites that she threw out, which I wrote down, was skilling of the workforce. They think that 94% of workers will need reskilling by 2030. Okay. And interestingly, something that I've been reading about personally quite a bit recently that she mentioned, ChatGTP. Now, if you are not aware of what ChatGTP is, i.e. artificial intelligence and some of the stuff that's coming down the line, Google it, just put GTP in, the first thing that'll come up is all this information about ChatGTP. So it's a little bit, the shock and horror of it all was, do you know what, our kids are going to be able to write their school homework by just saying to the computer, give me an essay on Henry VIII, and it spits it out. This will have a major impact on our workplace. It will change a lot of jobs. And I think my advice to anybody is make yourself aware about this, because you will be ahead of the market with regards in temps that you're employing and fulfilling roles. If you understand how this can help your business, how it can help employees, temps and contractors. Okay. I can't underestimate how big I think this is going to be. I mean, just this week, 40 years, I can remember, going with my father many years ago, the mobile phone back in the 80s with the brick. Now, we've all got cameras, etc., on them.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity as well. I think it's a little bit unknown at the minute, but if you can use it as a tool, then all the better. There are companies out there that are already offering free tools that will utilize this AI and ChatGPT for writing blogs. There's a great company called Rec Tools actually that we're listed on. It's a comparison site for recruitment suppliers basically, and they've got a great tool on there that will help you write blogs using AI. So there's lots of things out there like that you can utilize. And I think the point that we're trying to sort of meander towards here eventually is that you use all of the resources available to you as a recruitment business. A lot of our clients are quite small recruiters, sort of independent, looking to grow. So you kind of want to really get the best value for money and work with the best partners, but also try not to spend too much money. You want to work smart, really wherever you can. So rely on the resources that are out there. Going to things like the Expo, speaking to people, looking at these comparison sites. Mike mentioned the APSCO event, but there's the REC, there's Team, all kind of organizational bodies within recruitment that most of you will have heard of, if not be members of already, but utilize the services on their websites because there's so much there. There's so much resource there to go at.
That even to the point they'll do mentors. We're actually linking up with one very good advisory company at the moment to promote to our clients. They'll do it by half a day, hourly rate. So it's not, you're taking on a non-exec director, they can really tailor it to whatever you require. So yeah, I mean, we see too many people, they tend to drop in afterwards. Oh yeah, I'm a member of them. And then everybody mentioned it.
Yeah.
We usually offer members discounts on our fees, etc.
Yeah.
Maximize what you've got and the help that's out there, because the world's an ever-changing place. The challenge will be this year that the economy is going to be quite flat with little growth, low unemployment. If you want to really grow, you're going to have to really think outside the box and start doing things differently.
Yeah, I think so. I think that about wraps up, doesn't it, Mike? Yeah. We'll be doing another one in a month or so's time. We'll send out some details. I think we've got a guest speaker next time out, so
We have got a
aware
guest
of that.
speaker.
So you don't just have to listen to us two rambling on. But yeah, look, thanks for joining us. If there's anything on the back of today's webinar you want to get in touch about and ask, feel free. You know where we are. But thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.